When a coin that is relatively modern sells in excess of $10,000, it certainly gives you the cause to pause. Um, First of all, the initial reaction is no way. No way a coin of this type sells for that kind of money, especially when a lot of them were made. All right. So that was kind of, when I first started covering modern coins, that was kind of that was my general mindset and my belief about coins of this type. It's almost like a, see to believe type of scenario. Why do people spend five figures on coins like this? All right. It's not as if it's a high graded coin from the 1800s, for example. Something that we're easier to identify and compare to with that kind of price tag. But sure enough, and then there are coins like this. Thank God for high end Kennedy half dollars and any other coin that in such huge grades are really rare. But they also carry a lot of scrutiny with them. Okay, and today we're going to talk about one of those coins. So right before you here on screen is a screenshot of an eBay sale on April 10th. Okay, for a 1966 SMS, or what we call special mint set, Kennedy half dollar. All right, a lot of you have seen these before. The special mint set, of course, took the place of the proof set for a number of years. People still wanted their collectible, coin set that they could order directly from the mint. And the mint at that point decided, we're just going to go ahead and do this because we weren't supposed to make anything for 3 or 4 years. But they did it anyways due to popular demand. So the special mint set coins, to kind of put in a little bit of bubble of perspective for you, okay, they kind of mold together the best of both worlds. Okay, you have a coin that looks very well struck, like a proof coin, and then you have a coin, okay, that also kind of has some of those personality traits of a business strike coin. All right, so what exactly does that entail? You're probably asking yourself. Well, a vast majority of these special mint set coins, okay, hardly look proof at all. All right, so they're generally not going to have the mirrored fields and the frosty design details on them, the overall devices. The relief is generally going to look like a satiny kind of like strike. All right, something that we would typically compare to a business strike coin, which is a coin that was made and produced for circulation. So here's a close-up of this particular coin on eBay. All right, go ahead and take a moment to look at it. So the coin in question was graded NGC Mint State 68. It's a SMS, so that's on there as well. But the most peculiar thing about this is they tagged this as an ultra cameo. Now, to some of you that aren't familiar with this particular coin or this particular kind of mint set, all right, to be able to find a special mint set coin with an ultra cameo or a deep cameo is extremely difficult. Now, we're only talking about a small handful of coins that have been struck right after some pretty nice prepared dies where you're going to have the mirrored finish on the fields and then the frosty relief. Very rarely does that happen. So this coin to you and I probably looks okay at first glance. Okay, however, I have a huge issue with this coin only because I've dealt with special mint sets for a number of years, so I know exactly what one that has ultra cameo looks like in person compared to one that does not. Okay, that looks like the status quo, I guess, is a good terminology for it. But this coin right here, when compared to another auction, one that was on actually Heritage Auctions. Now, granted, this sale was a few years old. This was sold August 12th, 2016. And same grade, NGC, Mint State 68, Ultra Cameo. Again, it's a top pop coin. Okay, it's the finest, highest grade of its class. This one sold for $10,575. Okay, you know, we're talking about a $500 difference between the eBay sale at $10,075.80 and the one that sold on Heritage for $500 more. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of impressed that in 3 years there hasn't been a huge drop off in the actual value of the coin. Okay, it managed to stay around $10,000. That says a lot about this coin. But when you put two and two together, when you put both of these coins side by side, now, honestly, Heritage Auctions, you know, they image their coins a certain way. All right, they flood these things with more light than whoever sold this other coin, which it looks like it was either just a scanner bed image, or it was one taking in less than desirable lighting conditions, you know, with like a smartphone. However, take a look at this picture. The side-by-side, you know, tells a huge story. I don't mean to drop, you know, to throw anyone under the bus on this sale. Okay, I hope that the buyer and the seller are both happy with the transaction. But this kind of like should wake up a lot of people's eyes to the whole modern grading, you know, thing that is pretty much a popular ideological thing that's going on in the coin business. All right, some would automatically think that having a coin graded means it would be worth more, or it'd be worth book value, when all along a problem-free coin that is raw, not graded, would be worth exactly what you would see, or pretty close to what you would see in a printed price guide or on a price guide online. But this whole new kind of shifting in the guard of the grading company's superiority, you know, it makes a coin worth exactly what the market value is, as opposed to one that's not in the slab. If you took the coin and you did not grade it, you wouldn't even get close to $10,000. Okay, you'd be lucky to get $10 for it. That's how big of a difference, and you know that's the norm in today's business. But these images are very telling, and just the kind of like drop the ball method of, again, the grading process. Not everybody sees the same grade. All right, especially when it comes to basic human nature. Okay, one person will say the sky is blue, the other one will say, well, it's got a kind of nice rosy shade of pink to it. All right, you have two different opinions. That's what I see on this coin. You have coin, obviously, on the right, which I firmly believe is an Ultra Cameo. It's got highly mirrored fields. You don't see those flow lines like on that previous image where I had the arrows. Those flow lines mean that this coin should be automatically disqualified from being an Ultra Cameo. Typically, coins that are going to exhibit that level of contrast between the frosted relief and the mirrored fields of the coin, all right, are going to make it an Ultra Cameo. I just don't see it on the eBay coin. $10,000, is it a mistake? I don't know, it's hard to say. It's already written on the slab, for crying out loud. So the opportunity that you could actually turn around and sell this one for what you got it for, you know, is a pretty good, you know, chance. That should happen. But it just goes to show you, all right, it could be one purchase like this that could sour the whole experiment into coin collecting. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Coin collecting should be more about buying the coin, not the slab. If you are indeed interested in a registry type situation where you're buying the finest coin of every single thing ever made, all right, all the more power to you. But even still, okay, when you have a registry set, are you going to keep it forever? You might. But the people that inherit this thing, these coins, okay, they're not going to know any better. So the coin that you paid $10,000 today, they may have trouble selling it for $100, you know, in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It's hard to say. And for those of you out there that firmly believe that you could just go into any coin shop, buy some proof and mint sets or special mint sets, and then turn around and say, hey, you know what, because this one graded NGC and it looks the same, I should get the same graders. And then when it doesn't come back as such, you know, you feel obligated to kind of hold them hold their feet to the fire because, you know, they had graded one coin, a 68 Ultra Cameo, that looks exactly like the coin that you submitted of the same type. It's like, man, you're almost like it's a lose-lose situation almost, especially when your coin comes back and it's not to your liking. Okay, it's not to your. It's really tough, and it's probably one of the toughest things that I've had to deal with dealing with grading companies and having to send coins, is because of the whole sky is blue, sky is purple thinking in this world. Okay, and that's ultimately, you know, grading companies, you're held at their standard. You're not held to you as a submitter standard. But anyways, that's my rant on this one. I hope you guys enjoyed all the images, because I've also provided images of not only the full obverse reverse of the coins, but also provide images of the actual slabs, because depending on how these images were taken, you're going to get a little bit different look of what the coin looks like when it's in the slab, maybe perhaps imaged with your smartphone or an SLR camera, or one that was on a scanner bed. All right, it's going to produce different results. But these two images right here, boy, I tell you what, all across the board, it is extremely, extremely telling that there is some sort of gap in the overall kind of grading process with these grading companies. All right, I think they ought to sit down and kind of take a look at this one if they are watching, because this is, in a way, unacceptable to the marketplace. Okay, it's sending a completely different message on how the grading services should be used and utilized, you know, to paying customers. All right, it's not fair when something like this happens. It's an obvious deviation from what a standardization should be in the grading process with these publicly traded companies. So anyways, I wanted to throw that out there. I mean, it is an absolutely huge sale. I am hoping and praying that this coin looks a lot different in hand to the buyer. I hope it works out for you. It sounds like this is going to be a registry set bomb for you, which is cool. I just hope that it's going to fill your cup, you know, the way that you want it to. You're going to feel that kind of like fullness in your heart that this is indeed a nice coin. I love coin collecting in general, but I can't help but call out grading companies for what could be, you know, for lack of a better word, dropping the ball. I'm just going to say it right there. But anyways, thank you guys for joining in on this one. Kind of my little Saturday afternoon rant that, you know, some of you probably don't want to hear, but you're going to hear it anyways. Again, on eBay, 1966 SMS Kennedy half dollar. Oh my gosh, again sells in excess of $10,000 in what is bound to be a registry set coin somewhere down the line. Again, congratulations to both the seller and the buyer. Whatever my opinions are on this matter, I hope it works out again. So you guys take care. Have a great day. Again, go ahead and give your boy Sean a big old fat like. Share, subscribe this information. And as always, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. And I'll see you back for more coin shenanigans like I always do. You guys keep collecting and keep hunting.